college football, you and I, we talked a bit about it last night. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the playoff. They got so far to go, though, with college football, Martin. It almost feels they have further to go than they did 5 years ago. Because now there's so much it really is the wild, wild west, free agency, essentially, NIL, and now the 12-team playoff. We both feel like maybe they're inching toward a two-conference, several multi-division type situation like you have in the NFL. 3-conference, 4-conference, whatever you want to do. But I would be all for that, but they're taking their sweet time in getting there. But anyway, Colorado, Deion Sanders. Paul Finebaum basically mocked the notion as they joined the Big 12 this year that they might actually make a run at the playoff. Here's Finebaum.
Anyone asking whether Deion Sanders and Colorado are close to the playoffs simply doesn't understand the reality of the road. They're not going to the playoffs this year, and I'm not sure Deion Sanders is ever going to get them to the playoffs because I don't think he has the patience to stay at Colorado long enough. There's so many misconceptions out there. Deion Sanders is the best salesman I've ever seen. I personally love the guy and for what he stands for, but the program looking out has a ridiculously inflated view of itself. I heard Shedeur Sanders, who's a fabulous quarterback, say last week, "We are everyone's Super Bowl." Shedeur, you are not. You are an easy win nowadays. You got off to a phenomenal start last year, beating a couple of mediocre teams that had big names. And quite frankly, you haven't done anything since other than crash and burn. So I know that the media loves this story. We fall all over ourselves. But Colorado isn't important in college football. Deion Sanders is. He's a standalone person. He's one of the most charismatic people we've ever seen. But Colorado is nothing. They don't matter. They're irrelevant in the big picture of college football.
The only thing I disagree with Finebaum saying, Martin, is that Colorado is irrelevant in college football. They're relevant. They're relevant because of Deion Sanders. They're relevant because of his flamboyance, his charisma, his popularity, his greatness as a football player himself. The fact that, celebrities are on the sidelines, like they're relevant because of that. But as far as football, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. Sure. And they got some other nice skill position players. But Finebaum is right in that they are not a top program. Let's put it that way. And I don't disagree. And maybe Deion will prove us wrong. But when you're his personality, maybe he will be patient. But his personality doesn't scream patience.
No.
Right? It doesn't suggest that you're in it for the long haul, that you'll fight through I know he did this as an athlete, of course. But will he do it as a coach, fight through the tough times? And it was easier as an athlete for him because he was so great. I mean, the tough times were just you working hard because once you got out there and playing in the games, your talent was going to be your talent. You were going to be the best out there. But now, is he going to take the time to really build this program into a great program? And it remains to be seen.
Yeah, I agree with Finebaum in that if that's how you're defining relevancy, then I can get it. But that's also like the same way that Bronny James is relevant in the NBA discussion, right?
Yeah.
He's not relevant in terms of the wins and the losses. It's more of a novelty. It's more of he's entered into the Tebow zones. Deion has, which everything he does becomes news, right? Every time he talks, like there's headlines from it, whether or not he's good, bad, or indifferent. But in terms of actually competing for a college football championship this year, absolutely not does Colorado have a shot. And I'd be surprised to see – it depends. I think this. if they can get another quarterback, Deion will be at Colorado. But if you've noticed, the only quarterback that he's coached at college so far has been his son. Like,
Right.
if they get another quarterback who's top of the line, then I can see him staying around trying to fight it out. If not, I wouldn't be surprised to see him split either.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I guess he'll have some other options. I mean, what if they have a season similar to last year? Will he have other options?
I mean, he might just stop coaching after his kid is gone.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But I'm excited to see. I'm gonna be excited to see him play.
Oh, I'm gonna watch every game. There's no doubt.
I mean, until they start losing regularly, and maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't this year. But until they start really getting walloped and just are a bad team, I will be excited to see them play. And I do think Shedeur is really good.
I think
obviously Travis Hunter is. Yeah. So to watch them, it's all going to come down to their offensive line. I know their defense had to improve as well, but they basically revamped their whole offensive line with the portal. And we'll see if that turns out to be a good thing. But if they can get the line together, because even last year, outside of Hunter and Shedeur, they had some good skill players.
They did.
So that's going to be the key. Can they get the big nasties, the big uglies up front to do the dirty work so their skill players can shine? But it's going to be fun. And we said it. Look, Deion, he brings this type of attention. He's going to bring this type of criticism, skepticism. But it's great for college football, and it's great for him and Colorado. But at some point, you got to start winning.
Yeah, and I think if they win 6 games this year, I think that should be looked at as a success. And I don't think it will be, but I think it should be. You go from 1 win the year before he got there, 4 wins his first year, 6 wins the next year, and then I think after that you're looking at, all right, they should be actually competing by year 3 of a program. I think that's how long it takes to build in college football.
Here's the only problem with that. If they win 6 games this year and then Shedeur goes to the NFL.
That's what I said. You got to find a quarterback.
You said, I mean, what if they don't replace him with a capable quarterback? You know? So that's what it's all going to come down to. They could be starting over from scratch, or to your point, maybe Deion will move on. We'll see. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Your turn to weigh in. What do you think about Colorado this year? Are they a factor in the soon-to-be college football playoffs? And what do you think, what type of job will Deion do this year?